Unit ready.
Hello and welcome to this update video for my channel. This video was, originally there was supposed to be an update going out Saturday. As it is, I'm recording this on Christmas Eve because I don't know why that video took forever to upload, like a day and a half. Then it wouldn't, when it did finally upload, which was like the end of day Sunday, it wouldn't render past 360p resolution, which is kind of bad. So I ended up deciding to remake it. And so a couple things have been changed because of those upload difficulties. They pushed back other episodes that I wish I could have gotten up earlier. But the main thing is, as you may have guessed, I will be starting a Let's Play of the Command & Conquer series. Now, I will be starting with Command & Conquer Generals, because it's a standalone part of the series as opposed to Tiberium Dawn, or the Tiberium universe rather than the Red Alert universe. And it sounds like one of the AI just wandered into the enemy base. But, yeah. So, I'll be starting with Command & Conquer Generals. Now, we actually, last week, I technically had everything done last week. Unfortunately, because of those uploading difficulties, I didn't get the Star Trek Episode 7 up in time for Sunday like I had hoped. Originally it was supposed to be Saturday, then when the one upload took forever, I was going to do it Sunday, and that didn't make it long enough. So instead, that will inaugurate part of the new schedule. Since we finished Carrier Deck, we finished Delta Force, we finished Star Trek 25th Anniversary. So now we have a new schedule, which Monday and Friday are, of course, still going to be Fighters Anthology. We just finished the Coral Islands campaign, so in a sense, we really finished 4 things. It's amazing how that worked out. But we've got enough content for a year easy on that. Because we got 3 campaigns left, plus some single missions, which aren't tied to any particular campaign. Like, I know there's some For the Kingdom or something, single missions, which is basically like, what's the word I'm looking for? Oh yeah, it's like a hypothetical France versus UK type deal or something, or like EU versus UK, something like that. So we got that. And then, we also have, and like I said, that'll be probably a year. Plus, I've actually had a couple people ask me to play modded versions of it. And there's certainly plenty of mods out there. Certainly, I think it's FightersAnthology.net or
weather patterns
something like that. It's the,
use caution near Tiberium fields.
It's like J.K. Pearson's FightersAnthology.net. I forget the exact URL, but it's basically the go-to resource for Fighters Anthology. They've got a couple of mods, plus I guess a couple guys on the site have also worked on a few of their own mods, so I think there'll be a lot of content there to go through. So that'll keep us busy for a while. And then we have Tuesday, which originally I was going to make my Command & Conquer slot, but with the recording difficulties, that will now be the new permanent Star Trek slot. So the final episode of Star Trek 25th Anniversary will go up on Tuesday, hopefully, provided this upload didn't have any difficulties. That remains to be seen. I'm giving it a few hours and hopefully it'll process up to its maximum capacity. Wednesday, we will, as I believe I've alluded to earlier, we will do Delta Force 2, and we'll continue our playthrough of everything Nova Logic.
Under attack.
So that will start off with the manual actually is worth reading for Delta Force 2. So we'll be doing that. And that reminds me, I gotta get a manual for ATF, since that's essentially what we're playing now for Fighters Anthology. Now, Thursday will then be our Command & Conquer slot, since that upload took a while. Dude, stop standing in the Tiberian. Look at this guy. Too stupid to live, apparently. So that's what we'll be doing. For Thursday, Friday, Fighters Anthology. Now Saturday, since I'm moving Star Trek to a permanent slot because I enjoy that enough, Saturday is going to become my new bonus slot where sometimes I'll upload, sometimes I won't. It depends on whether I have time, so don't expect anything Saturday. Just consider it a pleasant surprise. I'm actually going to start playing some adventure games. Curse really got me in the mood for adventure games. It just came out. It's buggy, but I think it's worth checking out if you've got the time and money.
Keep 'em coming.
So that's certainly worth a look. I won't be playing it quite yet since I don't have the ability to. I can't even play it in 4K 60 because, to be frank, it's not very optimized. But it is a fun, enjoyable game, and well, I'll probably be doing this. There's actually another adventure game which takes place in the Curse skin. Well, I probably get that eventually. I do want to play the Secret Files series because that kind of got me intrigued. I also plan on eventually doing the Journeyman Project series because that's a childhood favorite of mine. So you can look forward to that in the future. As far as my plans for Star Trek, so we're going to finish. I'm going to finally air the last episode, 25th anniversary, this week.
Nod harvester under attack.
And starting next week, we'll go through Judgment Rights, which is the sequel to Star Trek 25th anniversary. And after that, because quite frankly, it's not going to take too long, at least relative to everything else I do on my channel. It's going to be, it's going to be like 7 weeks. Give or take 8 weeks, depending on how many episodes there are.
Nod harvester under attack.
So after that, we'll probably start doing Starfleet Academy. And that I'm going to make my first narrative Let's Play. For those who don't know, a narrative Let's Play is basically where it's kind of a machinima. You're telling a story with a game. It's actually pretty fun. For those of you who have trawled through my channel, you might have noticed some Fallout New Vegas videos in which I was basically doing a narrative Let's Play. That's essentially what you have to look forward to, except with higher production values now. Since I'm a lot better off than I was in college. But that's going to be 8 weeks. The long-term plan for Star Trek, since that's actually the thing that's probably going to change up the most, is after Starfleet Academy, we'll get into Starfleet Command, and then that's probably where we'll hit our next big time sink for a game. Because there's 6 different factions, so I plan on playing through each of them. And yeah, that's just going to take a lot of time. As far as Command & Conquer, as I previously stated, I'll be starting with Generals, going on to 0 Hour, and then probably going to Tiberian Dawn. Now, the reason I wanted to...
Nod harvester under attack.
I wanted to go with Generals first is because, one, it's standalone. It's one title, essentially. And 2, because playing Delta Force, as I may have mentioned in the last episode, it was buggy. There were a lot of times where I would, I basically would get 95% of the way through the mission and then it would crash. And that really annoyed the hell out of me. because then I had to replay the whole mission, and you know, I just got sick of it, and there didn't seem to be anything I could do. And even playing Delta Force 2, I gotta try it in software mode, but with the hardware rendering mode, you can actually see all the 3D models through the terrain, which yeah, it messes with the interface in a big way. Like, at first it was just a little annoying, but then, you know, I'm trying to use the scope while, you know, into a building, and then, like, basically the building that was showing through the terrain was actually, the game presented that on top of my scope rather than underneath it. So it was, like, interfering with my sights, and just, I love some of these old games, but they do not work well on modern systems. But they are still nevertheless very fun, even if they are basically pixel hunting simulators like Delta Force is, at least the older version. But we can expect
Warning, GDI harvester
a bit of an
under
easier
attack.
time with Delta Force. So okay, let's see, can I bank this shot? That's a big no. Alright then, say goodbye to your airstrip. In any case,
Under attack.
we have a lot to look forward to, and it's going to be a busy year. Hopefully we won't get as many upload difficulties. Now, something some of you may have noticed is I started making mega playlists. Now, these are basically my way of grouping together a bunch of related videos to make it easier to view a series, and I hope you enjoy it. Ooh, okay.
Please ensure all consumables are properly stored.
Certainly, because I know I like to binge watch certain series, so I hope this
Unit
makes that
ready.
easier for some of you. So that'll be something to look forward to now that I actually have some more than one series to put in these videos. They'll actually be worthwhile
Nod
to watch.
harvester under attack.
Specifically, I've got so far. Let's see. It's going to be the. Let's see. There's the Nova Logic Mega Playlist, the Delta Force Mega Playlist, the Star Trek Mega Playlist, the Federation/Starfleet Mega Playlist, and then maybe a 23rd, 24th, 25th century playlist subsets for Star Trek. You know, in case anyone loves one particular era over another. Command & Conquer will certainly have a couple, because we can do, you know, a Command & Conquer playlist, a Generals Mega Playlist, a Tiberium Universe Mega Playlist, a Red Alert Universe Mega Playlist, and
Nod harvester under attack.
so. And I'll try to organize those a bit better too, because I haven't spent a lot of time on channel management, and I know it's kind of messy, but hopefully that's something I can improve upon. And that's pretty much all the news I have. The only other big thing is I'm going to try to get I'm going to try to do get some videos done for before Christmas, with the goal of you know, being able to upload those over the next week or two. So hopefully that'll work out. But we'll see about that. And that's about all I've got. So with that, you can pretty much just enjoy the rest of this video, in which I For those of you who didn't know already,
Obelisk destroyed.
hey, that worked. For those of you who don't know, this is Command & Conquer Renegade, and it's a very fun game. And this is actually the multiplayer practice mode.
Under attack.
And so right now we're basically playing a multiplayer match against the AI. I really do like the multiplayer mode for this. It's kind of unique in my opinion. Definitely worth a playthrough nowadays, I think. I mean, even when I played this as a kid, of course, kid be high school, the servers had a lot of hackers, but there's a lot of fun stuff here. Especially there's some stuff you don't see. The bigger maps, which aren't available, or at least not easily available in the single player mode, has like an airfield, so you can buy ospreys and whatnot. It's very fun. It stays very true to the whole Command & Conquer theme, I guess, and feel. You know, just with the way how these bases work and stuff, and the base defenses, and using infantry. No, I really do like it. So, and I love Renegade. It was also one of my favorite games just because you get to play as the famed Commando from Command & Conquer, which of course is always a blast. And this turret is Dumbskis. Of course, he'll probably get a shot at me for a little bit. And our goal here now is just to plant the ion cannon beacon so we can call down an ion strike on this base. Oh, fuck. Ah! Go figure. Fucking Ravenshaw. So, he apparently had enough armor to resist my, my character. That's okay. We can, let's do this the easy way with another MLRS.
Unit ready.
But yeah, I like how, you know, you buy a vehicle and it comes out of the war factory. You know, I feel like with Renegade, you've actually been plopped into a real Command & Conquer game, and it's nice just to see all the models come to life in 3D. Certainly, I think some of the models look better than the original game, like in Red Alert and Tiberian Dawn, where they had the light tank was made, at least according to its production image, was supposed to be like a Bradley IFV, which I never particularly agreed with. I think the IFV has a place, but I don't think it was as a light tank, so I definitely like the Nod Scorpion tank better. And there's mods available for this too. Certainly the big one is Ren Alert: A Path Beyond, I think it was. I don't know if the Ren Alert part is accurate, but I do know it was called A Path Beyond. And that's basically a mod which turns this all into the Red Alert 1 assets, which again is cool to see. You know, the reimagined light tanks. You can see now that we've done major damage to their base. They come out in full force. So let's see if we can't finish them off.
Non-harvester under attack.
And destroying these things all does something too. Like if I destroy their airship, then they can't purchase vehicles. If I take down their power, I think that doubles their cost for buying things.
Airstrip destroyed.
It also disables their base defenses. If I take down their barracks, then they can still, I mean, obviously for gameplay purposes, they still get access to the basic infantry classes, like like for the GDI, it would be the assault soldier and the grenadier and the engineer and whatnot. And GDI would probably be, you know, rocket trooper and amongst other, and they're, you know, the Nod soldier amongst others. I'm actually kind of surprised I survived that. Obviously, I'm not the best at this, as it's been a very long time since I played.
Non-harvester under attack.
Oh, come on, man. I like how they can get stunned even in multiplayer. Alright, we got a fair bit of credits now. Let's actually, I'm going to go up on this ridge and grab that box of credits. I think it's like 500 credits. It's a random box. Sometimes it's like 500 credits. Sometimes I think it refills your, yeah, I like how we can't jump over that 1 foot ledge. Sometimes I think it just refills your health and ammo. But, yeah, definitely a very fun game. EA actually wanted to make a second Renegade, and they had a couple. That one eventually got canceled, unfortunately. Then they wanted to make what would have been called Command & Conquer Tiberium. I think it would have been a Renegade-like shooter that takes place in the CNC3 era. That one was going to be more of a squad-based one, so that one would probably have been more akin to Star Wars Republic Commandos, and that you got a squad, you issue orders to them and whatnot. You know, everyone's got their specialty. But unfortunately, that also got canceled because of quality issues in development, whatever that means. It seems like a lot of the good Command & Conquer games got canceled, and then, you know, we get stuck with frickin' we get stuck with the mobile games or Command & Conquer 4, which most people insist, and perhaps rightfully so, that it doesn't exist. Now, we will do what should hopefully be our final attack on Nod base here, with our trusty Abrams-style medium tank.
Non-harvester under attack. System active.
But it's just so nice to see these things come to life, and I do hope, I don't know how active the community is for Renegade. You could probably find a few servers with, there's a service that basically lets you play all the Command & Conquer titles online, since online support for everything is basically gone, because everything prior to 4, and perhaps even including 4, used GameSpy servers. I take that back. Everything between Generals and 3 for sure, Red Alert 3 for sure, possibly also 4, used GameSpy for their online servers. And of course, as many people know, GameSpy is dead, so they have a, some fans have made a tool that lets you basically, it's a third-party tool that hooks into their own server net, so you can play those games online. And of course, the older Command & titles, which I believe were Tiberium Dawn through Red Alert 2, used an older, they basically, they use Westwood's own online system. Which was competent for its day, and actually it was a pretty special thing for them. But, that was like a big deal back in the day. But, we are fortunately past all that now. Let's just place our ion beacon down here. Oh. Oh, hey, we only have 45 seconds remaining anyways.
Ion cannon beacon deployed.
And you get a few seconds to escape.
Warning, ion cannon satellite approaching.
And now we want to get the... Hey, look, our own guys can start following us in here.
Under attack.
I don't know if we'll actually get out of this base alive. Kill Mendoza here. Let's see if, I think we can finish off this turret. And here comes the ion cannon strike. Ah! Cock blocked by the end of time. Unfortunately, you can't, At least from within the menus, you can't change the multiplayer practice options. Multiplayer, yeah, that's just general. Multiplayer settings like language filters. You might be able to change it if you made a LAN game, but I don't think this lets you have AI. Yeah, but you can see all the maps, and they got a unique bunch of maps too, so maybe that's something I might dabble in if people want to see it some more, find an online server. But with that, that ends my weekly update and bonus. Let's try Command & Conquer Renegade multiplayer, I guess. So with that, thank you all for watching, and stay tuned for the exciting games we have in store, and we'll see you then.